Their gazes are misdirecting. IU and Byeon Woo-seok in the spotlight. IU and Byeon Woo-seok. A video clip circulating on various platforms suddenly took the internet by storm. A brief glance, a small smile, and a moment that seemed too natural to be just co-workers sparked one big question. Was there something they were hiding from the public? Amidst the torrent of rumors, netizens began piecing together moments that might have previously seemed ordinary. But when put together, everything felt different. The way they looked at each other, the distance that felt too comfortable, and the seemingly spontaneous interactions made many wonder if this was truly just a professional relationship, or if there was more to the story. It all started with a few short clips that went viral on social media. In the videos, the two were seen at the same event. There were no big words, no announcements, but their body language spoke louder than any interview. From there, speculation began to run wild among fans. Korean and international netizens began dissecting every detail, from facial expressions and hand gestures to subtle reactions that the camera might not have noticed. Everything became the subject of analysis, seemingly forming a new narrative about their closeness. A narrative that has never been confirmed by anyone. Meanwhile, loyal fans of both artists are divided into two main camps. Some believe their closeness is simply part of the professionalism of the entertainment industry. Others feel that the chemistry seen on and off-screen is too strong to be considered mere coincidence. The more old videos that resurface, the greater the wave of speculation. Interview clips, behind-the-scenes moments, and even small interactions once considered ordinary now seem like hidden clues. The internet is increasingly abuzz with talk of a possible special relationship between them. However, despite all this, there has been no official statement to substantiate the rumors. Both IU and Byeon Woo-seok's representatives have chosen to remain professional and have not responded to the growing speculation. This silence has only further fueled public curiosity about the truth. This phenomenon is nothing new in the Korean entertainment world. Whenever two popular artists show closeness, the public tends to jump to conclusions. Especially when both have strong visuals, successful careers, and large fan bases, every small interaction can turn into a major debate. In some online forums, discussions rage on endlessly. Some try to analyze it logically, while others rely more on fan instincts who sense something is going on behind the scenes. All sorts of theories emerge, from the plausible to the outlandish. Interestingly, some fans are actually enjoying this moment as part of a real-life drama they never planned. They follow every update, every new clip, and every little detail that might provide additional clues about the two stars' relationship. But amidst all the speculation, one thing is often overlooked. The entertainment industry often creates a closeness that appears real to the public, but is actually just part of the job. Strong chemistry on camera doesn't always mean a relationship exists outside of it. Even so, the allure of this rumor remains hard to ignore. Every time IU and Byeon Woo-seok's names are mentioned in the same sentence, public attention immediately increases. The combination of their popularity, talent, and visuals makes every interaction feel bigger than mere coincidence. Many entertainment observers believe this phenomenon is a result of the strength of fandom culture in the digital age. Every moment can be recorded, shared, and analyzed without limits. As a result, the line between fact and interpretation becomes increasingly blurred. Meanwhile, both artists continue their respective activities. New projects, busy schedules, and professional lives continue as usual. But behind it all, the shadow of rumors continues to follow their every move in the public eye. Others argue that these rumors have an indirect positive impact. Popularity increases, public attention is maintained, and their names remain at the top of media discussions. But of course, it all comes down to individual perception. On the other hand, some fans hope the public will be more discerning in responding to issues like this. Not every moment needs to be interpreted further, and not every closeness implies a romantic relationship. The entertainment world is often more complex than it seems. Still, curiosity is hard to quell. Every time a new interaction occurs, old speculations are reignited. It's as if the story isn't over yet, with the next chapter waiting to be revealed at an unknown time. Ultimately, Whether this is truly a secret relationship or just a coincidence magnified by cameras and the internet, no one really knows. What's clear is that this story has captured the public's attention and become one of the hottest topics, continuing to be discussed to this day. Amidst the increasingly uncontrolled flow of speculation, a new moment emerged that rekindled the debate. A short video clip from a backstage event showed the two conversing with more relaxed expressions than usual. Nothing major happened, but it was precisely the simplicity that made the public even more convinced that there was a closeness that couldn't be explained simply by the term colleagues. Some fans began to try to trace the context of each moment. They compared schedules, filming locations, and even projects they had participated in. From there, various theories were born, trying to connect the dots that weren't necessarily connected. But in today's digital age, theories often feel as compelling as facts in the eyes of some. Meanwhile, the spotlight on IU and Byeon Woo-seok only intensified every time either of them appeared in public. Even small details like their clothing choices, the colors they wore, or simple gestures in front of the camera immediately became the subject of lengthy discussions on various online forums. On the other hand, some fans began to feel that this situation was going beyond normal limits. They argued that overinterpretation of small details obscured the true reality. They argued that what was seen on screen did not necessarily reflect what was happening behind the scenes in the artists' private lives. However, the story's appeal had already developed. Every new post, every interview, and even every small comment from a related party was eagerly awaited. The public felt as if they were following a series of stories whose author had never announced their intentions, but which continued to unfold before the eyes of the audience. What made the situation even more intriguing was how social media accelerated the spread of every small detail. Within minutes, a single video clip could evolve into millions of different interpretations. Everyone felt they had their own version of the truth, and it all merged into one massive wave of global attention. Despite all this, both artists maintained their professional demeanor. There was no clarification, no denial, and no confirmation. This silence created a vacuum for the public imagination to fill, allowing the story to continue to develop without a clear direction. Some entertainment industry observers believe that this phenomenon is nothing new, but its intensity is now far greater than in previous eras. With the advent of social media, the line between private life and public consumption has become increasingly thin, almost invisible. And even as time passes, their names remain in the public conversation. Whether this is simply a result of popularity, on-screen chemistry, or mere coincidence magnified by perception, one thing is certain. This story has yet to reach its end, and the public continues to wait to see what happens next.